about their profession, which is prize fighting. Our first bout will feature the super heavyweights, Tyrell Biggs, and it could be that Biggs today will be in against his toughest competition because he will go against veteran Tony Anthony. Anthony comes in with a record of 16-4. He has 10 knockouts, and as you see, Tyrell Biggs has won 6. Made his pro debut November of last year, a 6-round bout against Mike Evans. Biggs won a decision, but failing to knock out Evans raised some doubters. Biggs was disappointed at the criticism. He then had some drug problems, but he has shaken them, and he has rattled off 5 straight knockouts, including this first-round stopping of Mike Perkins in April of this year. Biggs, standing just under 6'5", has changed his ring ways some, reflected in a third-round KO of another tough opponent named Eddie Richardson here. That happened in July of this year. Biggs doesn't dance and prance all over the ring like he did as an amateur anymore. Manager Lou Duva and trainer George Benton want him to stay in the pocket like a quarterback. And Tyrell Biggs admits that it took him a little while to make that change.
At first, I didn't like it because I was getting hit with punches, and see, when I'm moving, I felt more comfortable that way because I get hit less. I wasn't punching that much better, but I wasn't getting hit either. And it took me a while before I started going on ahead and doing that and standing stationary and taking, in the gym is the place, if I'm going to get hit, is the place to get hit. So I finally, when I made my mind up for that, then when I was in the gym, I started getting hit less and less in the gym. And now it's more effective because, I could fight on the outside or on the inside, and I still think I can get hit, it's less at either wherever I choose to be at.
Comments from Tyrell Biggs as he steps in today against veteran Tony Anthony. You may remember Tony Anthony. He was in against Mike Weaver, former heavyweight champion of the WBA, November 9, 1984. He dominated, Anthony did, the first and only round of the fight against Weaver, but was disqualified when he knocked Weaver out after the bell had sounded, ending that round. He's a big, strong man, comes out of Detroit. And he goes against the lanky, rangy Tyrell Biggs, standing just under 6'5", and weighing in at 216 pounds. Biggs will have about 1 1/4 inch advantage in the reach, and Tyrell comes out winging a wild left that misses. Biggs, as noted in the conversation, George Benton and Lou Duva trying to get him to stand in there, point more at the target, don't do all of that dancing and prancing, don't waste your energy. And last fight that I saw Biggs in, it was against Eddie Richardson, and he did just that, and he won rather easily. Biggs had a lot of trouble with his hands in the early going, but now he says he's getting all 4 knuckles where they're supposed to be, and no more of that split knuckle business, because oftentimes amateurs will go in and hit with 1 or 2 knuckles, and there's Anthony coming with a right to the side of the head and then taking a left to the side of the head, and your referee is Ernie Green. He does not have a vote. 3 judges here in Virginia will do all the balloting, and Tony Anthony now throwing some heavy leather at Tyrell Biggs in the first round. The ring is relatively small, 20 by 18 inside. Gloves are 10 ounces. And the rule summary very briefly in the state of Virginia. 10-point must scoring system, mandatory 8 count if you're knocked down, standing 8 count at the discretion of the referee. 3 knockdown rule in effect. You cannot be saved with the bell except for the final round. And the fighters came into the ring wearing their gloves. So Tyrell Biggs in the first round scheduled for 8 against Tony Anthony. And Biggs beating Anthony to the punch that time. Nothing of particular significance so far here in the first round. Both of them wheeling away, and both of them picking off most of the punches, although now Biggs is starting to score some with that quick left hand. Biggs a good right hand to the body.
Let him go. Let him go. Try to keep your punches up a little.
Anthony's left hand is more of a pawing type of blow, but being a big, strong man, there's always something on it because Tony comes in at 230. And that explosion was partially deflected by both men.
Come on, break free.
Good left hook by Tyrell Biggs. Another left hook by Biggs. Anthony in trouble in the corner. Biggs trying to put him down. Hits him on top of the head. Wings to the body. And Anthony goes down in the corner. It was a left hook by Tyrell Biggs that jarred Tony Anthony to his shoelaces. And I don't think he's coming out of it.
8, 9, 10.
Over. Only 2 seconds remaining unofficially in the first round. Only 2 seconds remaining when Biggs put him down. 2:57 of the first round. So Tyrell Biggs has just notched his 6th knockout, and there's the left hook right there that started it. It jarred Anthony all the way to the floor. He sagged back into his corner, and then it was a matter of whether or not Tyrell could find a place to put him away, and he finally found the button as he went hard to the body right there, and that really was the clincher. From then on, it was just a matter of how long it would take, and it finally was over at 2:57 of the first round. There's the left hook. Wow, boy, he just nailed him right on the button with it. And from that point on, Tony Anthony was not really aware of his whereabouts, and it was just simply a matter of time, though he did instinctively cover quite well in the corner until Biggs hit him on top of the head there. He finally stuck that right into the rib cage there, underneath the rib cage, and that was it. So it was a big left hand from Tyrell Biggs. A crushing knockout at 2:57 of the first round of Tony Anthony, and Biggs now continues his undefeated march as his father, James Biggs, was watching today, sitting right behind me here at ringside, and obviously pleased with it. So Tyrell Biggs, who went 6 rounds in his opener and was booed for it, but he only went 1 today, and here's your official decision.
2 minutes, 57 seconds of the first round, Tyrell Biggs.
His record is now 7-0, 6 of them knockouts. It was only the first fight, the very first professional fight, that went the distance for Tyrell Biggs. And it was a crushing left hook that did it to Tony Anthony today.